like a weed whacker.
Wow. All right. I think we got levels.
Mowing them Sean's.
Got levels.
Sean.
All the
Shout out Sean because he's probably watching. Haha, my guy. Tuning in live on a Monday night. Well, might be Monday morning in other places. Possibly even a Sunday. Well, no, it'd be Monday morning still technically. But like
I've been thinking about this. Like, if we were like skaters or surfers or something like that, could have called the show Hang Time. That is such a better show name.
What? Why couldn't we still call it Hang Time?
Because it's already got a name, and you can't deviate from that name because we
go back.
No, can't go back.
You're right.
On that shit.
You're right. What was I thinking? Yeah.
Well, at least you had a fucking show name. I was just like, what are we gonna call this?
I just basically, it was inspired by the fact that I wanted to talk shit, but I thought talking trash was slightly more eloquent.
Yeah, well, you know.
Yeah.
I'm sure there is a podcast out there just called Talking Shit.
If not, they're missing out on the opportunity. You know? We could have capitalized right there, bro. We could have been the talking shit people.
Oh, we could have been edgy.
Oh my God.
Could have had a bunch of edge.
Edgy. Oh, like a sharp sword. Just
We're gonna drink a bunch of tea. Gonna talk some trash. Talking trash.
That's
talking trash.
In my mug. That's straight vodka in my mug, mate.
Oh.
Yeah.
Just with the tea bag.
Yeah, because this week's sponsor is Absolute Vodka, and yeah, they've given us a whole bunch of money to talk about them on this show.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Sick advertisement, bro.
Good, right? Definitely. So yeah, if you want your product to be advertised deadpanly like that, then yeah, just contact us here. What type of tea are you drinking?
Chai tea.
Chai tea.
Love.
Got a chai latte. That's pretty.
No,
matching.
see, like
I've got an.
It's just got spices in it. It's just basically cloves and shit. Looks like.
Oh, like real, like so you like put it in a teapot, and like whatever you like. Teed your water. Yeah, you teed your water.
Sure did.
Yeah.
But it's still tea bags because I'm fucking... You know what? I hate cleaning teapots.
Well, I did, yeah. When I lived with Loki, he would do that. Loki
was
the
fucking worst.
Tea maker.
Yeah,
and, like,
dude.
He would have these teapots that just had heaps of bits in it. I'm just not meticulous enough to clean that stuff, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but
It's
even
just
if you're
gonna get plugged up.
meticulous, there's just shit that just gets all up in everything. And it's like... You would think, like, how long has tea been drunk? Like, thousands
probably
of years.
since the 80s.
Still. What the hell?
Yeah.
It's like, they still haven't
Hey, man.
figured out a way that you do it and you don't get shit going everywhere. And that's my gripe about tea.
Hey, I figured out.
Oh, is that your, like, torch?
It's my phone. But at least you can see my face now and me reacting expressionally to your vocabulary talkings. Not the sounds, Jarran. Stop making the sounds.
Oh, shit.
You're a bit of a soundboard of a person, aren't you?
Hell yeah. You know who I want to be? You know, Back to the Future, the second one, and the guy that just
Griff?
has... No, it's like one of Griff's sidekicks, and he has the electronic soundboard. He's just like, "What are you, a chicken?" Yeah,
you want to be that guy?
Yeah,
I was gonna say it would be. It's so classic of you to want to be like a side character to like the villain in Back to the Future. Like it was like, I want to be Marty McFly. Jared's like, I want to be that guy over there. He doesn't have any lines, but bro,
he has a soundboard.
Like 3 lines.
Yeah,
he has a soundboard. Well, if you're going to be in Police Academy, wouldn't you want to be Michael Winslow? Yeah. I always wanted to be Michael Winslow in Police Academy.
Yeah,
it's like when people go through alarm systems, you be like, and they're like, huh. That was definitely a green light sound in Sydney, but we'll just run with that and pretend like it was an alarm.
Yeah, why not? I would want to be Biff in the second.
Biff, not Griff. Whoops.
Oh, funnily enough, I didn't even catch that.
I said Griff. Sorry.
Yeah, you did. But, like, I would want to be him in the second one just because he has that fucked up hoverboard. Like that thing was amazing.
Next level of it.
It reminded me of the
It was like the Ultron to the Iron Man hoverboard, really. We're gonna start referencing.
Wait, did Iron Man have a hoverboard?
No, I just meant Ultron was like an upgraded model of Iron Man's suit of armor. Don't worry.
Oh, dude, your references are just going over my fucking head.
I've been trying to tell you that I'm drinking English breakfast tea, by the way. That's what I've chosen for tonight's beverage.
Nice.
I would drink Red Bull, but it's a bit late in the evening for me. I've had my Red Bull.
I can't believe that you're drinking caffeine late at night anyway. That's fucking ridiculous.
Oh, man, I'm an outlaw. I'm savage, 9, 10 p.m. caffeine. Here we go.
I couldn't do that. I'm such a bitch. I'm just like, I can't drink like tea after about 2 p.m. Otherwise, I won't sleep.
You're so sensitive to like.
So sensitive to like chemicals and drugs and shit.
Oh my god! And try living a day in my life. Just like I eat a bit too much gluten and poofed, day gone.
Yeah, it's just a fucking sleep.
Yeah, I lived that life when I was like 3 to 13. Then I would like go to McDonald's on the sly and start eating wheat. Sorry, Mum.
Do fondly remember you telling me the time you shit your pants because you ate some bread.
Yeah, that was one of a few times that I shit my pants growing up. I was kind of like the guy that shit his pants at the wrong occasion kind of guy.
Oh, really?
I did it at school camp.
Do you remember work? I definitely shit myself at work.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I would have like occasional just little like surprises like, oops.
Yeah,
I've trusted that fart way too much at 7:30 in the morning running down the street.
Yeah.
Those are the good days.
I'm lucky in yoga I haven't like shit myself yet. Early morning
When was
yoga.
When was the last time you shit yourself? Like,
probably like last year. Not gonna lie.
No, I mean, I'm pretty sure mine was this year. I'm pretty sure mine was just like, I woke up one morning and I went to fart, and that fart shouldn't have been trusted, which, you should never trust a fart before 7:30 a.m. That's like an obvious rule.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I didn't hold that fart in. And then it wasn't like I shit myself. I didn't like poo everywhere. I've done that. I can tell you the last time I did that as well. But I that I had like a Hershey's kiss, you know what I mean? I was like, I ruined my underwear.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to fucking change my underwear now. God damn it.
Like February. Let's say that was like February.
Yeah. I do it if like I eat too much like apricots, anything with too much vitamin C.
It was like June. That was a big fat lie. It was in this house, so it had to be like June or later.
Nice.
Life's good. But the last time I properly pooped my pants, it was great. I was like, maybe 3 or 4 years ago, and I was staying at Jaden's house, Jaden Clark in the UK, and he has like a mile walk from his house at Burnt Oak Station to his place. You've done the walk. Yeah. So I got like 500. I really needed to shit when I got off the train, but there's like a public toilet near his that's like awful, like near the station. You do not want to go in it. Like you'd rather piss behind it than piss in it. It's UK. Like, so I get halfway down and I'm like, I'm doing pretty good. I'm actually like, I'm steaming along and keep my butt cheeks clenched. I'm like, and then I like adjusted a fart because that's usually the way it goes. But then, unlike any other experience I've had, I've never really pooed my pants while walking. And like, in the scene from Lord of the Rings where the ring gets dropped from Gollum, and it's like the ring slipped into, and if things that shouldn't have been forgotten, and it hits like all the rocks on the way down really dramatically. I like felt the poop nugget hit like my leg, the side of my pants, my leg. And I had this Farang skinny tight, like the ones that had like lycra at the bottom. Luckily they were like the newer make, so they were tighter at the bottom, but they weren't the lycra one, because like poo and lycra, man, that would be a mess. So I like dropped the nugget out the bottom of my pants, and then I like rushed to the nearest, like there was like one park the whole way there. I just went to the park. I just squatted behind a bush, stark, so it was all good. And what did I sacrifice? I think there was like a towel in my bag. Yeah. So I'd been taking a towel to training, like a hand towel, for like, I formed a habit maybe a couple of weeks. Luckily, it was in my bag. And I just looked at it and I literally said out loud to the towel, I was like, "You're done, mate." And then, yeah, I went back to Jay's and I'm like, oh, I'll just go in and like go to the toilet, it'll be fine. And as I popped my head in to say hi, Jaden, Alfie, and both of their girlfriends at the time were there. And I was like, hi, I just need to go to the loo and then I'll come say hi properly. And then I had a shower. And I was like, cool, I can come out. You know, it's like, yeah, I played it off. I didn't really like tell anybody at that moment. I retold the guys later, and Alfie was like, I fucking knew something was up because you don't just like come home in the toilet and then shower. That's weird. I was like, yeah, I made a mess. So like 2017, so the last time I properly pooped myself, and also like the only time I've ever pooped myself standing up or walking.
Yeah, interesting.
Have you ever done it on the fly?
I don't think I've ever done it on the fly.
You're missing out, Jarran. You should probably go for a walk tonight.
I've gone through some hell. I know I've done that. Like, you know, where it's like time slows down. You like everything is just like.
Number one recommended one though is if you find like the side of a bridge, like obviously, you know, not like a nice clean river, like if you're off some dirty area, you really need to go sit on the edge of the bridge, right, with your pants down, so you're just hanging over the bridge, and then it's like the poo falls for so long, it's like really, it's just wondrous experience.
Have you done that?
Obviously, bro. I'm an explorative fesiologist.
Yeah, I've never shat off a bridge.
Ah, bro, not like, you know, a public one, like somewhere, like, you know, out in the middle of the fucking sticks nowhere. That's what you got to do. I wouldn't, you know, recommend it.
You wouldn't do it in Thames?
I'm not a big public pooer. I wouldn't like go in the middle of the street and be like, oh, I'm gonna take a dump. That's ruthless.
That's pretty fucking ruthless. Speaking of which, lockdown in the UK, apparently they closed all public toilets, and so there was just shit in the street.
Oh, that's awful.
Yeah.
That's awful.
Think about like the homeless population.
At least go to the bridges and the forests, guys. Just like go to nature.
Yeah, well, the Thames is brown enough. You just shit in that.
Just shovel it in there. But that's awful. I don't like that. I don't like poop in the streets. That's not a good.
Yeah.
You know.
Especially.
I've never pooped in a street. I can say that with comfortability.
Yeah. Well, that was a good intro.
Yeah. Yeah. What did you do for the last 24 hours?
Funnily enough, I actually made some fucking music. I did
Send it to me.
No, I'm starting a new thing because I don't do any social media, and so I should do social media. And those 10-minute beats.
Good fact.
It's like now I just have basically all my shit, and I have this dice.
Okay, so you should start a YouTube channel, just by the way. That's the next step here. So Jarran Zen or Beat Division's new YouTube page, and then you just upload beats. And then if you're worried about people stealing those beats, which I think that's not the point, right? You're putting some beats out there for like people to use. But then if you're worried about it, you can just put like Jarran Zen beats over the top every like 30 seconds.
No, I have Marie going another Beat Division.
Oh, beautiful. Yeah, cool. Because for context for people who don't know, Marie is Bart van der Linden's wife, spouse. They're lovers.
And she's the super nicest lady ever.
Oh, she's fabulistically fantastic. And she's also a like incredible singer and vocalist.
Yeah. Well, that's where we like kind of built our rapport, was talking about music stuff.
On the word of rapport, how do you spell it? Because I was trying to spell it the other day.
It's Rapport.
Pport. Okay, that's where I was getting, like, I was just like that one P, and I got stickled on that for a while, and then I gave up and used a different word. I think I used like friendship, bond, relationship, something. I was like, I quit. I can't spell. So, thank you for that.
Yeah,
Rapport.
It's a good
got
word.
It. Yeah, I love using it, and then I was like, oh my god, I can't spell it. I'm so dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, I'm not masquerading as a fucking highly intellectual individual.
It's true.
I use three syllable words in a row. So.
So basically, I've got this thing, which is called an Ableton Push, and that actually controls my software, so I'm able to make beats a lot faster. But what I do to like make it an actual game is that I have this 12-sided die. And so now I actually like roll the die, and that gives me how many turns of the search bar I'm allowed to do. And then whatever I land on, I have to like use that drum kit, or I have to use that sound.
When you say turns of the search bar, is that because you have like a billion music choices or play like things to choose from? So you do a certain amount of clicks, and then that's like puts you in the middle somewhere.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. That's an interesting system. So it randomizes for you, which means then your stem for creativity doesn't get...
Yeah, it's just fun. And it's like, it's interesting to be like, what can I make? And sometimes you get a really shit
gambling with music.
Yeah, it's pretty fun.
Like, yeah, that's pretty cool, man.
Yeah, and I was able to make just 6 today, just going like one after the other. And it was actually fun instead of like, oh, I'm making some content. It's like,
well, no, I think also that speaks to just a larger message, which is like ingenuity in how you go about things, or ingenuity in processes is a way to reestablish like that passion or that kind of drive for it. Because if you're doing the same things the same way as a creative, that becomes monotonous.
Yeah, of course.
Like if I went to training every day and I drilled the same movement, I would probably get pretty bored.
Yeah.
And that's something that, you can definitely, with the amount of technology that's coming through, apply to music, and anyone can kind of apply to whatever their craft is these days.
Yeah, definitely. And that's the fun of life. And I got a really big chocolate frog. Like, so Haig's, do you know Haig's?
No.
They're like, it's a really good chocolate store. And I've got
How do you spell it?
Haigh.
I may have seen it.
It's in Pitt Street Mall, I'm pretty sure. Anyway,
it's like a fancy dancy chocolate store
like
specifically.
Fancy.
Nah, yeah. I didn't know that shit.
Yeah, well, I got this fuck off massive chocolate frog that I can't actually get into. It's like so thick that you just have to break it on the side of your counter. And like, that's my 24 hours.
That seems so obscene, man. A chocolate frog that you have to break on a counter. I mean, I don't know how to do it. I'm not a massive chocolate person, but I find that would be overwhelming.
Yeah, I even get overwhelmed. And then I hide it in the freezer and forget.
Well, that's what I was going to say. How do you store it? Because would you go through it before it goes bad? Like,
I could. If the challenge was laid down to me, I could most definitely.
No, but I just mean like in a sense of value, wouldn't you just get like a smaller chocolate bar more regularly? Or is it just the novelty of it for you?
I don't know. I just fucking... All right. To tell you the truth... Don't
make me put reasoning to my actions.
To tell you the truth, I didn't buy it. Professor bought it for me. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to eat it.
Hell yeah.
But
gifts are gifts different. It takes the decision making out of it. I was just curious as to the process behind your decision making. But
yeah,
you didn't decide. You just receed a gift.
I think I'm giving myself diabetes quietly.
Yeah, I'll race you.
Because all that fucking Red Bull.
Diabetes race, and not the kind that people want to participate in. Only stupid people like you and me are like, haha, that's funny. Until it's like, well, it's 50 and it's a serious health issue.
Yeah.
Well, on that note, Saturday and I got a birthday cake the other week. And like, I now know why you only really get like a slice of birthday cake every so often, because it was hard as a duo to finish. We had like, 3 or 4 sessions on it, babe?
Wait, you ate the whole birthday cake?
4 sessions. Yeah, we just got birthday cake.
Like, how big was it?
Like a standard cake size. So probably like that, but like, that. Oh, that's good visual right there.
Are we talking like those cold kind of
12 inches in diameter?
Like those kind of Coles mud cake kind of things, or this
kind of, but it was a rainbow cake with white icing. Because obviously, if you're gonna get a birthday cake, you can't just get like a chocolate mud cake. What am I, 70?
Yeah, true. All right.
Yeah, geez. I know Jarran would get a Black Forest cake because of the deep flavors.
No, it's got the glutens. Got the fucking gluten.
Black Forest damn cake.
All right, yeah. Then I'd eat the shit out of that. No, I think I could do that. I'd sleep for the rest of the day. Gluten-free flour is so bad for you. It's like,
oh, really?
It's probably less nutritious than real flour. It's all just tapioca and potato
flour's
starch.
not that nutritious anyway,
It's got a little bit of vitamins, a little bit.
Well, you
protein.
know what? I grew up on gluten-free flour, and I'm big and healthy and strong. So you know what? Take that science and stick it in your wazoo.
Yeah, good.
Here, logic, take you.
And now you live off meat pies. Do you still do that?
No.
No more?
That was the life though. Meat pies and Red Bull. Oh, Jesus Christ. That was because when we were on the trucks. Like it.
What do you mean that was in Glebe? That was like that was in January.
Okay, I have phases, man. Okay, I didn't eat pies for like a couple of months, and now I'm back on the pie benders. Do you want to know what the best pie in the world is? People won't agree with me, but it's just a 7-Eleven traveler pie.
Is it the cheese and bacon one? Because like that's what I used to always get. Always get that shit.
I go back and forth because I feel like if I have the cheese and bacon one too much, I get overwhelmed by like the cheesy sauce.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Because like the cheesy sauce is like just feels a little processed, whereas the meat pie still, even though it is incredibly processed, don't get me wrong.
Well, it is like just pig's assholes. Like,
yeah. Oh, mate, but pig's assholes.
It's the tastiest pig's assholes.
Almost as delicious. No, I won't say that.
Don't know what you were about to say.
Give you trouble with the old lady there for saying that. Yeah. Fuck. I was talking earlier to Marks and that about like stillness and motion and how some people operate better in like the larger picture of that as well. Like some people operate in like better in a stillness or like a calmness, and some people better operate in the motion of things. Even like the way we were talking about it is more like imagery. So like personally, I find photography harder than videography because capturing a whole moment in a still frame is just not how I like envision like the way I see the lens, you know what I mean? The way I see go through life as well is very much motion based as opposed to serene or stillness or like a singular moment. It's like a combination of all those things. Do you find yourself more still or more motion based?
I'm gonna say I need to be motion based. Like basically when I'm still, I go in too many directions. So I need to be motion based, but going towards a single destination.
Okay.
Otherwise, I'm just like spinning around in circles, being retarded.
Yeah. See, I feel like, doing the circle in a way for me is like cyclonic, and then I can create a bigger cyclone out of that. I'm not so much concerned with direction. If I have the path, I'm like okay with short paths, or like, when I say short, couple of year processes, I'm like, cool, I can see this achievable goal. We'll just steam along. But I don't do like, people are always like, you have to do something every day towards that goal. I'm like, I just do shit that helps. Like, and now like, obviously that's not, I wouldn't recommend that to everyone as a way for sustainability. I've had to kind of outsource means for like brain power and stuff like that to wonderful folk because I don't have that capacity. But I do, in the, I guess, artist sense, definitely recommend like that motion of chaos, or that kind of like where you feel like you're kind of being thrown around and you're almost like, I feel like I kind of get to apply myself to tasks, and then as I'm like applying myself, I'm kind of also like, oh shit, I got to apply myself to the next one. It's like, but if you can hit the same markers on rotation all the time, at least every so often, then you're still getting it done in the long run. Yeah. There's like a sort of like a patience value to it.
I think I need the chaos and the fear. It's like, like back when you were just like, back whenever you are like, hey, I need like a track yesterday. It's like, that's what keeps me going. I'm like, fuck, we gotta go.
Even examply this week, this month's compilation song. I mean, you had 3 days to throw it together. I thought it was fantastic.
Put it together in one.
And it had vocals, you know what I mean? So it had an extra layer than the other beats necessarily did.
Yeah. It's kind of fucked up though. It's like, what? I don't actually know if I could create something better if I had more time. If that makes sense. I'd probably
I can definitely understand that. I think a lot of people may struggle with that because they see the lengthy creative process as necessary for those kind of extra gold moments or fine tuning. But I really think that there is a sort of artistry to, doing it when the stimulation is there and doing it when the passion is like, or the motivation is there. Because like I'll see this in training with people as well. And even in myself sometimes, like I'm not going to, I won't be doing a jump. I'll use myself as an example because we don't want to use others, but I won't be doing a jump. And then I'll be like, maybe just jumping in front of a jump where the landing is a little bit higher a bunch of times. And I just, in myself, there's no external motivation to kind of do it. And then either someone will come along and they'll be like, yeah, I'm going to do it. And then I'll then rise up because of the external camaraderie, or like, I'll be like, oh, yo, can you film this? And then I'll bang it as soon as the camera's rolling. Like I should have done it, 10 minutes ago. But there's sort of a procrastination that comes from that internalization of things where you're just like, oh, just potter along in my own comfortable pace. That's why I think having things like the external drive on me saying, like, I need this beat at this time. Can you make that happen? And because I'm not also coming on from a place of pressure, I'm usually not coming to you going, fucking make it, cunt. If you don't make it, I'll be so bad. I'm like, if you make it happen, that's cool. If not, I'll try and find something else. And so that kind of like pressure, non-pressure, the pseudo pressure is put upon yourself, which then gives you that motivation to perform and even can stimulate better creativity in a faster process.
Yeah. What I would add to that is that's why you practice technique. It's like you go over all of the fundamental shit, like you practice your scales and things like that so that you can just fucking churn it out and like finish something then and there. And like I've worked with producers in LA and stuff like that, and every single day they're in the studio and they're making a track and they know what's going to happen, and because it can't not happen. So it's just
that's the thing that definitely an inherent confidence is needed to kind of pursue those things. And again, having an overbearing reasoning or writing for that can give people what they need. Like I see that, with a lot of industries is where, sorry, I'm just plugging in my charger. They like don't promote a longevity or like it's very like, here's a quick grab in the industry. Here's like, you get number one album, you get this, you get that, but they don't really create a platform for longevity or like, this is how you do this forever and sustainability within those industries, especially with parkour. Like I think a lot of the reasons we see like crazy, amazing, talented athletes that have next to none worldly talent just disappear and fade into nothingness and just do other passionate things with their lives or even just other medial things like just a 9-to-5 job with their lives, because there is no current sustainable life platform for parkour athletes. And then even when you get to that, there will be a smaller bracket, just like with musicians. Like that C itself is like the biggest C to try and get a small amount of spots in the top industry. And the top industry is so high, but what's happening now is due to accessibility of the internet, creatives, blah blah blah, you see more and more people able to get into that middle section of like professionalism and work and notoriety in their industry. But then, I feel like in a way they're less valuable, like all like the Lil Pumps or whatever, they're never going to compare to like the Eminems and the Beyoncés, because less fish, I guess, is the wording.
Well, it's like it's less fish throughout the timeline of recorded music as well. It's like nothing is still going to come close to what the Beatles put out. And like the Beatles put their shit out, all of their albums was between 63 and 69. And that was like 12 albums.
What is that mathematically? 6 years? 6 years.
Yeah. So that's 2 like full length albums a year. Like they were fucking smashing shit. But
I mean, also the industry's changed as well because there's this instantaneous nature to it now where you can just put shit out there like on the fly.
It's 40,000 releases a week on Spotify.
Wow.
Yeah, dude.
40,000.
It's like if you want to be an artist,
I don't think you could. You couldn't even listen to that many songs in a week, could you?
It's like
if you just
the same as
played
YouTube.
every new release as it came out. Yeah, but I feel like YouTube's different,
dude,
because it's like, well, I guess people would use it the same way.
They put like
to kind of browse and stuff.
It's like something. I want to find it. Like, it's something like hundreds
Put
or
it up
thousands.
on the screen for those people.
Yeah, it's like how many YouTube hours uploaded. I don't know how to actually find this, but there's 300 hours of video uploaded to YouTube every minute.
That's amazing.
Yeah, dude.
That's amazing. I mean, we're contributing right now. We're part of the machine.
Yeah, dude.
How many minutes do you think we're contributing per minute? I think you and I collectively are probably contributing about 6.5 minutes per minute.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Bro, obviously we'd be contributing more minutes per minute than anyone else.
Obviously.
That's how we roll.
This actually brings up some good things. Like, we'll circle back around because actually the music industry is completely changing. But this whole new media bargaining agreement, do you know about this?
No.
All right, so basically the ScoMo government has gone and said, you know what's shit? The fact that Google and Facebook are taking all the ad revenue and they're putting up news on their sites for free and they're not giving anything back. And so they're like, well, we're going to legislate that all news media outlets, that Facebook, well, Alphabet and Facebook have to pay for any news and media stuff that's uploaded to it. But they also have to give news and media outlets advanced warning of algorithm changes, and also have to tell them what the algorithm wants.
Are they making them public?
No.
Okay,
so
it
only
just has to be to the government.
So I was pretty vexed on this. I'm like, okay, well, kind of YouTube and Facebook are fucking things up, but so if it goes to media outlets, maybe it's not the worst thing. Then I find out it's not going to media outlets. It's going to Murdoch press outlets.
Oh, singular.
So it's going to like 7 News, 9 News, all of the shittest stuff. ABC News doesn't like
get a cut.
No one else gets a cut. It's just going to basically monopolize on shit reporting.
Yeah, but I mean, you know, at the end of the day, like, I don't watch TV, so I can't comment on the status or level of reporting going on these channels. Like, I wouldn't have a footing or opinion. But in a sense, that's just like, it doesn't surprise me at all, because I'm of that belief that, you know, unfortunately, old rich people run this country currently. My hope is that, you know, basically they're all going to die and everyone else will grow up and be smarter. That's my hope. I was going to put it more eloquently, but
hopefully
old people will pass and young people will rise and we will rule the world.
But here's the thing, you as putting up shit on YouTube.
Not now because I'm an idiot, but I'll probably be smarter in a couple of years.
Maybe. We'll see. But imagine if fucking 9 News and 7 News was just
made a baby. They
were just blitzing the algorithm to the point that your views were just going down even more just because.
So if 7 and 9 made a baby, they just make an 8 and then it'd be channel 8.
Oh, why isn't there a channel 8?
Because 7 and 9 are abusive parents and they didn't allow their child to birth because they couldn't sustain their relationship.
Apparently so. What happened to channel like 3 and 2 and 4?
No, they have channel 4 in the UK. Do you reckon like E4 is like globally, like you can't mess with that?
Yeah.
We got 4. Okay, we copyrighted it.
Get out of here. Anyway, to wrap that up, Trump was like, hey, can't do that. And so ScoMo was just going to be like, and fucking just not legislate it.
Okay, quick perspective for those foreigners. Scott Morrison, aka ScoMo, because that's how we roll here in Australia, is our Prime Minister. And Jarran is saying that he's going to suck up to, because some people don't have visuals. So,
true.
that. Yeah, he's going to suck up to Donald Trump via his member.
Yep, and kill that legislation.
I think you were generous with your hand placement there. I don't think Trump's well hung, personally.
Yeah, but
Might get cancelled for saying that, but Trump probably has a small willy.
It's a pretty universal sign, though.
I mean, I have a big ego and a small willy, so why wouldn't he?
La ha 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 ha. At the same time, Google and Facebook need to pay some fucking tax because they've taken all of the advertising revenue out of Australia. Like, because everyone's just putting all of their ad stuff.
Though?
What, pay tax?
They're just winning, bro.
Yeah.
Really?
Winning by not paying tax.
Yeah, they game the system. And they're like, haha, we don't have to pay anything because we're an international company. Mwahaha.
Yep.
I'm all for people like, just I own the world. Go for it, man. That's cool. You do you. What I was going to say to that is, like, with all this new legislation, how does that affect my day to day? How does that affect me going out and jumping and then posting on the internet and people also paying me to do jumping occasionally?
It's true.
That's why, like, I like at this stage in life and not political minded. I think I would like to be at some point, but that's why I find it hard to be political minded, because I'm like, well, my whole little ethos is just doing what I do day to day. So when I hear about these new legislations, my first thought is exactly that. How is that going to affect me? I don't have to pay anything to Google. Google's going to pay more tax. Tax is good as far as I'm concerned. So, ta-da! Economics for Dom.
Economics.
This is why I wanted to talk about it. Today we're going to learn nothing. That's why I wanted to talk politics with you, Jarran, because I'm very unopinionated and uneducated about it. So I thought it'd be good feel for everyone.
Yeah, well, this is why you're such a happy-go-lucky cunt, because you just, don't worry about it.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Hey, forget about it. But
it's better than caring about it, because suddenly you have to keep up with all the bullshit that's happening.
Bullshit is hard to keep up with, man. I mean,
you have no idea how much bullshit is happening in the world, and you don't read the news at all, do
you? No. Do you think it's particularly bad to kind of optionally give yourself a little bit of ignorance and live in a tiny bubble? Do you think that's a bad thing?
No, I don't.
I mean,
I envy people that can.
I mean, there's definitely a morality or, like, a certain awareness that you need to have for the larger people, and you do need to, be considerate and concerned with that sort of thing. But at the same time, I think, if you're spending most of your time worrying about that stuff, you're spending most of your time worrying. And at the end of the day, that's kind of the poison, is it not? Like, if you're like, oh, the world's going to end, and then you're putting all of your energy into everybody else and not focusing on the inside, then it's going to be exhausting.
It's pretty exhausting.
Yeah.
Because I'm basically looking at, especially as the U.S. election is coming up, I'm looking at that and whether or not that's going to create the second American Civil War. And while everyone's kind of focused on that, China's over here just being like, we're going to fuck shit up.
Are they? Like, I personally don't have, like, and I may be wrong, so I don't know shit, but I just don't believe that people are out there plotting malcontent. I think people are too busy to be looking at the larger scale of let's dominate the world as a country. I don't think that mindset is actually out there. I think that a lot of us provocatize that into each other and say, yeah, that's how they think, that's how they are. But I don't think anyone is genuinely out there as a mass country thinking let's take over the world.
I reserve my judgment on that.
Well, you don't have to specify which countries, but I mean,
think it would be more a case of tribalism, that everyone's basically saying, well, we want our people to thrive everywhere.
Yeah, well, I just think that's education, because ultimately, if evidence is shown throughout the world, the best way for people to thrive is to commingle thoughts and ideas and cultures and beliefs and whatever, but in a rational sense, not in an irrational way, not in a dominant sense. It's got to be in like a let's work together sense. I get confused as to why the globe isn't more like let's work together as Team Human, because we're all Team Human, right? I mean, if Team Tiger just decided to up one day, just like unite and start just fucking up cities as Team Tiger, do you think we all band together and be like, hey, we're Team People? It'd be like, oh no, eat those ones. Like what? I don't know. It's like, I don't see how that.
No, it's the same as like Team Alien.
More. Yeah.
That would be one thing that suddenly Team Human would be like, all right, well, we're all monkeys. Let's fight the aliens.
You would still have your 20-odd people who are like, we're not monkeys. We're not. We're not. We just look like them, act like them, but we don't have hair, so we're not them.
You act like a monkey. I'm more evolved.
Quite literally. Or a child, as I've been told, which we could in my recent postings. Yeah. I apologize to any BMX people of running on the track. Let me explain the entire picture to you. You've seen one clip on Instagram.
Actually, no, wait. This can be your what happened in 24 hours.
Yeah. Give me 1 second.
You want me to pull it up? Take that as a yes.
No. What, my post?
Yeah.
Yeah. Pull that up. Sorry, I was in the middle of...
I thought that's what you were doing anyway.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to just hold the phone up to the screen because that's what you do.
I do that sort of thing. Did you get my notification one?
No.
Get my notification one, bro. Should be in my chat to you, bro.
What is it? Like you're
just
on Instagram or on the...
No, on Zoom.
Oh, no, the old Zoom.
Jarran, just don't read it out loud, obviously.
Okay.
That's why I sent it to you as a message. I have to like prefix with you, that sort of thing.
All right, yeah.
Because I know you're a bit wild with your tongue.
Yeah.
Hey, saucy minx.
I don't do anything. All right. Yes, the clip is played.
Yes, and then you've downloaded said information to your brain.
Yep.
Yeah. But yeah, a few people were commenting negatively about the use of the BMX parks, which I was surprised at because, we use skate parks all the time and everyone seems pretty chill from that community about sharing communal public spaces. But I just wanted to let people on a broader spectrum know that like those parks apparently are currently closed down. There hasn't been maintenance on them in months. So the jumps are actually unrideable currently. I did not know that going in, so I'm not going to claim like, oh, I was altruistic and I was doing it. Like, I just am saying for factual point. I didn't mean to offend anybody by using the space. My thoughts were using a common public space would be, for urban exercise urban sports would be fine.
No, I've got a lot of friends in like the BMX world. And they're like, if they're trail riders, that's like their life. They'll spend the whole weekend just like going down there with shovels, and you like make the ramps all perfect, and then you water them with a watering can and things like that.
But, I totally understand that. If people were riding,
they were all fucked up though.
Yeah, I mean, if people were riding those and they looked like they were active, I'm sure we would have been more hesitant to.
Of course, because like the lips that they get on them when like they're being maintained, they're fucking beautiful. They look like tombstones almost.
Oh yeah, these things were like not that. But I mean, I like, I still, I'm still like in the thing of like parkour in a public space, especially in an urban sport designated public space. It shouldn't be like, come on guys, why can't we all just get along? can't we all just get along? If people want to like ask Jarran or myself any questions, I'd pop them in the comments now because we'll probably go through that soon.
Yeah, I haven't looked at the chat at all.
Neither. You know, I've just been chatting to you, mate.
Yeah, it's been lovely. You need to
so
do it more often.
with your shiny forehead and your widow's peak.
Hey, you have a shiny forehead too, and you don't have a widow's peak. So
yeah, I actually kind of do, but I hide it. So like, it's happening.
That's not a widow's peak, dude.
Look, bro, it's going. Okay, like if I like. Just,
no, dude, that's.
Let me have this.
That's a receding hairline. A widow's peak is that.
Oh, okay.
You silly motherfucker.
I've got a receding hairline. Yeah.
You have like a reversing widow's peak.
I said it like a brag, but it's a kind of sad statement.
No, so apparently, I was talking to my hairdresser about this because I'm like,
oh yeah, having a good chat at the salon where you pal.
Basically, and I'm like, dude, I'm going gray. I'm pretty sure I'm going bald in the next few years. And she's like, if you were going bald, you would be going bald by now. So, we'll find out.
I have too much hair. So my issue is that I found out that I come from the same town in Italy. Like my family's descent from the same town in Italy that the brothers who have the Guinness World Records for the most hair in the world live. And I'm worried that somewhere along the line, my genetics got mingled with those genetics, and now I'm going to look like a Wookiee, which, novelty.
Novelty, but like, I don't know. I'm not really one to be like super into hair.
Yeah, well, I've got a relationship, hair. So I can let my a chest hair.
Literally so a chest hair.
Out. She's definitely nodding her head and not shaking it over there. So okay. I'm just gonna Wookiee out, bro. One day, just no trimming, just because like then I can jump around and be Teen Wolf without having to do like the prosthetic makeup and stuff.
Yeah, why not?
Yep, Teen Wolf.
Or you'll just be like,
do Teen Wolf POV, and my arms will be like so hairy and stuff. It'd be great.
Be like an old Italian / Greek guy.
When are they gonna remake Teen Wolf? Because like that's the theme is remake stuff and don't be original. Because
did Michael J. Fox die? Because if not, then he has had Parkinson for a long time.
I don't know, but he wouldn't survive a fight with Michael J. Wolf. So
who the hell is Michael J. Wolf?
And he's stronger, like more of a hunter than Michael J. Fox. He's kind of like a sleeker, like bigger version. Often not found in the same like wilderness and stuff, just different locale, habitat.
You talk all the shit.
This is talking shit, Jarran. You want to?
Oh, it's talking trash.
Yeah, have we got any questions?
Yeah, I'm just gonna quickly go through them. So, like, give some time.
Okay.
Just.
Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah, all right.
Ding, ding. Or I can give you. It's currently 9:52 p.m. That's some time.
By the way, I just look for question marks. So.
So you often miss a lot of them because Carl last week was really offended that we didn't answer his question, and I was like, "That's not me, bro. That's my blind assistant."
If you're gonna put a question without a question mark, I'm not going to read it because I'm looking for questions. Anyway,
if you're not grammatically correct,
Javier Tejeda says mid-shit dub side video. Question mark.
Yeah. No, I used to. Maybe if I was younger and I was like on Schlappen tour. Maybe one day if I'm on Schlappen tour.
Oh, yeah, that would be.
That seems like the right atmosphere to do a chitty double side.
You should.
Do you know how hard that'll be though? I'm not very good at like pooing on cue.
Or with a bunch of G-force.
Well, who knows? I don't know that. I haven't tried that, so I can't say that I'm not good at it, Jarran. I'm not defeatist like you.
Well, one of us has to be.
Says the guy who shot down your like revolutionary ideas years ahead of their prime.
What, you mean the mouth mount gimbal?
Yeah, that no one would ever use that, bro. That seems lame because people want the motion.
Well, if you think about it, it would have lasted a year, and then the GoPro 7 came out.
Yeah, inbuilt stabilization. See, your mind wasn't thinking small enough.
Yeah, inbuilt stabilization is fucking awesome.
Wizardry.
Saifullah says Stora collab? Question mark.
I already have.
Bam.
Nah, I will, like, honestly, I'd probably like be doing stuff with them this year, like in and out, but I'm just not traveling. So, you know, but we'll definitely link. I mean, it's weird because it's like, for me, like with them, it's not a collab. It's just me going to hang out with my friends and we do jumps because that's what we do.
Yeah.
Like, I almost disdain the fucking idea of collab because I feel like you're not hanging out with these people.
You're doing it for the gram.
You like them. Yeah, well, you've like formed a pseudo relationship. Unless you kind of got a creative rapport, then it feels very face value. And I'm like, I don't hang out with people because they have followers or because they fucking are such and such or yada yada. If they're a cool person, I hang out with them. So
Harrison Gabe says, "Can you standing full?"
Of course he does. Yeah, mate. Of course I can. Who do you think I am?
One Direction came close in population to the Beatles, or popularity to the Beatles. Fuck off.
Yeah, but do you think that they will stand the test? I would put forward back to that person. Do you think they will stand the test of time that the Beatles did? Because kind of, I've already, not in an offensive way, I just already forgotten like One Direction really existed.
Yeah, that's
the only time I think of the band is when someone says, "Oh, we're just going in one direction." I'm like, "Huh, that was a singing group once." Like, I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Where people actually, not only do they know the music and individual tracks, they're like, these are meaningful to my life at different parts in time. Like, that's what classic is. And we're going to see a lot more people that are like breaking all of these fucking records, but it doesn't matter because they're just going to fall off the wayside. Taylor Swift is not one of them, though, because she did that track that's amazing. I don't remember what it's called, but
I think no matter what, inherently you're going to have a lot of people that aren't those classic names because there was less, like, it's just that thing I was speaking to, over saturation of the industry now. It's like, unfortunately, there will be repeats of people like Taylor Swift, and there will be like close to successfulness because of the ability to get to that stage. And seemingly it's not slowing down. Seemingly people are still getting more famous and more household name-ish. I would say, you know what I mean? The people that you know as the handful of people, the Brad Pitts and stuff like that, are now the Kim Kardashians and so on, but they're so still like, you know, you're watching them on your screens every day, following them on the internet. It's almost more personalized and they're more well-known and more notorious.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, you know, the ultimate Mac Daddies, Joe Rogan, like fucking people take his word as gospel when he's like, "Don't take my word as gospel." And they just do. He's like, "Yes, I'll listen to everything else you said except for that."
This is actually a really good question. Hi, Dom. I was wondering how I can maintain a balance between studying and training parkour and free running.
Fuck education, bro. Throw that shit out your window and then jump out after it. No, just no. It's really, I think time management is your best friend, and also like unrestricted training measures. So a lot of people think like, I need to train with people, I need to train in daylight, I need to train outdoors, I need to train in a gym. You have to strip away and you go training when you can go training. That's the best thing about parkour, is that you can do it at any time, anywhere. You know, your only limit is your imagination, or your limit is how tired your body gets. You can continue to do parkour, even if it's like a precision at a gutter level. Go and do that 1,000 times, but do it in your times where you're not studying. So predominant amount of time is taken up by study. You may only get half an hour, 45 minutes to train every day, but for sure you have half an hour, 45 minutes of your day where you can just go to somewhere within your block, neighborhood. It even doesn't have to be a real spot. It can be one move, and you do that move over and over again. And during this time of study, you're also kind of studying technique of movement and doing what I call your essentials, which is fundamental repetition of training. So don't necessarily go, "Hey, I need to go and make content all the time. I need to go and do big shit." Like, go and just work on the basics. Be patient. If you're studying, chances are that you're quite young, and that you know, the priority's there on the education right now. So I'd go with that and work on your fundamentals of training. Like, if you've been doing fundamentals of academics your whole life, so, you know, compare that to when you started training. Training can be that long of a process. It doesn't need to be this instantaneous progression to world-class standard.
Well said. What I would add to that is the highest achievers are fucking on and they're off. Like, hey, Dom, you're a good example of this. Like, you're literally, like, you're out training and then you're watching cartoons and doing...
I'm watching Game of Thrones, Jarran. I'm an adult now.
Of course you are. But
yeah,
you're just like, you're on and then you're turned off. And you can do the same thing with studying, where studying is on, but when you're in the zone and when you're jumping, that's actually like resetting your mind. That's letting you unwind, so then you can go back to studying a little bit.
Yeah,
a little bit
feel
harder.
Accomplished about it. I totally understand that though. You use it as your unwind time. Because my hyper focus is definitely around training, and then I'm really bad at doing like shit that's not parkour. I just basically just don't want to do anything else, and it's a struggle in life.
Yep.
Yeah.
Someone said fire is fun? ?
No.
I don't know. Fire is fun. Oh, can we for a second talk about like?
Oh, the Pasha thing where he set his friend on fire.
Jesus.
Well, I mean, Pasha didn't set his friend on fire. That's just how I found out about it through Pasha's medium.
Yeah, I watched that. It's like, Jesus Christ, you do not set yourself on fire with a neoprene suit. That's plastic. It fucking melts.
Why not?
It's like...
Just head to the hospital after.
Yeah.
It's fine.
You want to go to hospital in America?
Don't even think about that aspect. But yeah, I mean, bro. It's... I think that's a really big difference between parkour and stunts is... like the safety aspect that goes into it, and there's a lot of people out there now that it can kind of confusing the two industries, or not even necessarily just parkour, but like online entertainment and stunts. And stunts, people out there, stunts are a calculated, like thought out endeavor 99.95% of the time. There is like a very small percentage of error, which is send or drop or thing, and usually that is like the take that is used if somebody hurt themselves on it, as like a kind of nod to the effort they put in and the chaos that they ensued. That usually is the take that's used. But a lot of the time, even for the final take, that's the only moment where the actual send is there. The other times it's a very controlled, like every aspect of it is controlled, which I think, in parkour, yes, every aspect's controlled, but only for movement. No glass smashing, no fire burning, no water feats, no high.
If people get
high drops on
injured, that's like a black mark on that stunt coordinator's like resume.
Yeah.
Because people will talk about it. They'll be like, "Oh, that stunt coordinator that
dropped Billy."
Yeah.
His riggers didn't hold his ropes right, and then bang. Yeah, I mean. Yeah, and it's also a team effort thing. When you take parkour, it's a very personalized, like you take the risk upon yourself and you're doing the actions with an asserted kind of personalization to it, where when you do these things as a stunt, you're working with a team. The whole thing is a collaborative effort. So you need to like do a lot more, think about every aspect that you would take in for yourself doing a jump. You basically need to do that and walk through that with every person who's consisting in your stunt team.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of work, and that's why I don't want to attack the industry as a stuntman. I have formal training as an actor before parkour and freerunning, and even throughout parkour and freerunning did small like acting and short film work, and I just don't want to go down the stunt route because I don't necessarily want to do a stunt unless I have to. Like I can do I want to do my own stunts, but I'll train specifically for them leading up to things.
And they will train you specifically for them.
Yeah, so I don't have to then have all this wide general knowledge. I'll have specified knowledge per moment and live in that organized chaos of a cyclone. Look how we all brought that around. That was great right there.
You did. You did.
Any questioners?
So if I said anything with a question mark, will you reread it? Yes.
He got you good, Jarran. He hacked your brain hectically.
Yeah. Batu says, Joe Dom, why aren't you and Michael in Germany? That's a funny answer there.
One word answer: pandemic. Because like in Australia, we live really like people in Europe kind of don't get how far away Australia is. It's so far away and it's so isolated from the rest of the world. We have a government who's also like, we're going to use that isolation to our advantage and minimize the amount of COVID cases coming in by restricting all entry to the country. So, our big island, as much as we've had little like, rise and fall state to state, we've actually managed to deal with COVID quite well. So we're not traveling anytime soon though.
Dude, Adelaide is just, we can't get back. No one can get into Adelaide, but
who would want to?
I can do whatever I want here.
Honestly, who would want to, mate?
Shut up and come here first.
To your little hole of an Adelaide place. I've been there. It's pretty good.
Oh, really?
But it's more fun to tell you it's awful because you're from there.
Shut up. Shut up more. I don't think there. Yeah. Oh, there's one more question. Apart from Electronic Freak, yes, it did work. You put a question mark, and I'll read your fucking question. Hi, Dom.
I'm not.
Could you give me your blessing to reach the 3 meters of precision jump from Gabriel Arangwa?
And to the blessing of the jump, God, hi to you, you are now blessed and have a 3 meter jump. I don't know what you want me to say. There you go. I blessed you, I serenaded you. That's almost better than a blessing in my books.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus. What's been the best year of your life, Jarran? What age was the best year of your life?
This year.
Oh my God, I was going to say the same thing. But if you couldn't pick this year. Okay, under the age of 20. Was it a double digit? Was it a single digit?
No, 19 was pretty good.
19 was my 19 was awful. It's like the only time I waited in love from parkour.
No, like 19, I was at music uni. I was a session musician, and I was fucking anything that moved. Mm-hmm. Good times.
Mm-hmm. So like dogs, cats.
Basically, like
not plants unless they were on wheels.
Just all of the things.
Yeah. I'd say probably 9, because as I'm writing right now, we're writing through my life, writing the book. And looking back, I'm like, I captured something there in this training mode and this mindset that I was able to like fully drive and lock down on, that I just like don't believe that I had for the years after that. I like got distracted by like life and hormones and just being an idiot and being the center of attention more than like realizing that it's like this weird like feeling that I just like would feel at training. It was like this grip, this like intensity, and I remember losing it. I was just like, I didn't know how to get it back. Yeah. So like under 20, that was probably the one, man. Because I also won national championships that year. I think coming back from that was where I had the real kick of drive.
Mm-hmm. But wouldn't that have been when you were also experiencing like exponential growth with your parkour?
No, I'm talking about the age of 9 when I was doing ice skating.
Oh, right. Shut up.
But it was eidetic to the exponential growth point in both sports.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like,
made your mind set.
That was where I'd been training for like 3 to 5 years. But then that was the moment where it started to, okay, now this is becoming something more serious and you can begin to make a career in this industry.
Yep. Yeah, I can definitely get you there.
Yeah.
Last question, because I have to bring it up. Harry Gabriel, when can I
Harry,
come?
you already asked a question.
When can I come on the vlog? I got 6 votes. That said, bring me on. Plus, Fletch said, let me on too. Are you nervous?
So there was no polling system. I just want to bring that up. So votes do not exist. You're kind of Donald Trumping the situation. You're like, the votes were there, but there was no votes. Maybe there was comments saying, yes, Harry. But that's cool. Basically, there's a long list right now of people and your name's on that list, but we just have to, be patient.
I think we could come in here with like a collab, maybe get get
A collab, yeah.
like a few people.
Oh my god, you and me could link and build, bro. We could link and
For the
build up
grams.
clout for the grams, for the talks, for the grams, for the books. You know, basically whatever really can just make you and me more famous as a package. Will really just be like the ultimate link and build.
What the fuck are we talking about?
Bye, Jarran.
Yeah. All right. Hold on. Got something to say. Goodbye.
We had enough of you.
Yeah. Goodbye, y'all. See you next week. Do we have anyone? Guest?
Surprise guest.
Surprise guest.
Yeah, I'm not gonna reveal it to people. Spoiler alert.
All right. See you, mofos.
Bye.
Bye.